Divine greetings, everyone. I am back for another video. This one I've been very excited to share with you guys. And the subject is about time walking from a soul perspective, or astral travel, time travel from a soul perspective. Whichever way you want to look at it, it's pretty much the same. So I have some notes here so that I don't miss any points that I've been wanting to discuss here. And if you're watching this video, obviously you're at a point in your spiritual journey or your, you know, search for esoteric or metaphysical knowledge that you're at the point, obviously, that you understand that the soul is eternal and that these bodies are in the 3D are just temporary vessels that hold our souls. And so I don't think I would have to really go too much more into that because obviously if you're drawn to watch this video, you probably know a little bit about it. But if you don't, I do have many videos on my channel on YouTube that describe or really discuss what the soul is and how it came to be and what it's made of and everything else. So back to the subject, and I have divided these into, like I said, some notes I wanted to talk on. How and when we time travel. When we go to sleep, this is one of the ways. When we go to sleep every night, our physical bodies need this rest, but our souls don't need to rest. Our souls do not require sleep, rest, or anything like that. So when we are out of our bodies in the dream state, we take off and we explore. Some people call this astral travel, dream walking, or just the dream plane in general, the spirit world. There's many different ways to describe where you're at and what you do when you're out of your body. However, when we sleep, our bodies will go, our souls will go and travel and explore other parts of this planet, go up into space, visit other planets, other galaxies, star systems, other universes, other dimensions. Okay, so that brings us to what is time. So there really is no time. The only thing that exists is existence at all times in all places. So I'll say that again. The only thing that exists is existence at all times, all places. Everything is happening at once. Okay, this has been a concept that's been really, in the forefront in a lot of things lately. There's so many television shows, movies, series around this subject, and I'm really happy that it's actually bringing out the opportunity for people to open their minds to know that there's more to just what we're experiencing here with our physical eyes. And so we do that during our dream state. We can also do that during deep meditation states, under the influence of plant medicine, during shamanic ceremony where you are in a trance of some sort or an altered state of mind, when you are working in a shamanistic way out of your body and you're exploring the different worlds, upper, lower, middle, what have you, the ancestral realm. All of these places are outside of time and space, and that's also how we time travel while not in our bodies. And another thing that brings me to is temporarily connecting with your alternative selves. And we can also do this during the following ways that I mentioned. We can also call upon our higher selves to access different parts of ourselves existing at once. You may be sitting here, like I may be sitting here right now. It's 2022. I'm in South Florida. Okay. But there is another version of me that is also living at the same time in various forms. Just to give a few random examples: ancient Egypt, the medieval times, the old American West, ancient Tibet, Spain, the jungle area, the Brazil, the indigenous world. There's so many parts of you that are coexisting. Your current awareness is tuned into what you are experiencing as what we call now in this moment, in this time, in this place, in this moment that I'm talking to you in. But likewise, there are other selves that exist. And there are times when we can connect with our alternate selves. It takes a certain amount of spiritual know-how, I guess, to really tap into that Akashic records and to see or view that part of yourself. Sometimes we receive these images of ourselves in flashes, dreams. Also, again, shamanic meditation, dance, ritual, all of those things. So there's not really one way to do that. At the same time, we're not meant to fully have all awareness at all times of all parts of ourselves, because number one, that will probably driving you crazy if you're in the human body. And number two, will distract from the purpose of this aspect of yourself in this moment in time and what its purpose is. And you have to be there because this is all a part of the whole experience. Your soul is in all these different places, learning these different things and living these different lives for a reason. So for you to tap out of the one you're in really is counterproductive to your soul's growth. But there are other alternate selves out there, okay? And this also brings me to time traveling to your inner child to heal your inner wounds. We can actually send energy to all parts of time and space. It doesn't matter, energy will go where it's meant to go. And a huge part of reparenting ourselves, for my personal journey as well, has been to repair my inner child that was feeling wounded and unsafe and unhealed. And when you send these energies to yourself, and this is going to be an upcoming workshop that I'm going to do more in depth about how to access yourself multidimensionally and to really send a certain vibration to your past or future selves. But I will leave that for later. But just to briefly tap on it, you can send these. You've been doing your healing in this moment, right? So you've been learning self-love. You've been learning self-worth, boundaries, and all of these things. And so you now know what you need to send to your inner child. You have to be the parent that you didn't receive. You have to send that love and that care and reinforcement to your inner child. And they will energetically receive it. Just as you call upon your higher self in the future to energetically receive whatever guidance is there, you can likewise do the same for your past inner child. And we also experience deja vu, visions, dreams. Those are all ways that we are interacting on different realms. So, talking briefly about alternate timelines, which is another form of astral travel in a sense. And what is an alternate timeline? People try to make it seem so complicated, but actually what it is it's just another form of existence. Every time you make a decision, a part of you that makes this decision splits off into an alternate timeline. For example, you're 18 years old, you make a decision to go to college, and you decide, I want to be a doctor. Okay, so you go to school, you become a doctor, and you're living this doctor life. Okay, maybe you have an amazing home, car, family, but you also have your own set of other problems. Maybe you're secretly struggling with other different issues that money can't buy or status can't buy, things like that. And so then on another timeline, when you're at that point, you're 18, you're deciding what to do. One part of you decides to go to medical school. Another version of you decides, I want to become an artist. I've always had this creativity and I love healing people through my art. You still have that healing desire in you. One way went as a doctor, the other way went as an artist. So you're living this completely different life as an artist and a completely different life as a doctor based on that one choice. And this, you could have made a million other choices. Maybe you wanted to be an architect. Maybe you wanted to be a psychologist. Maybe you wanted to be a stay-at-home wife and mom. Maybe you wanted to be an astronaut. Maybe you wanted to be a scientist. Maybe you wanted to be, working farming. It just, you all have interests. We all have parts of ourselves that have different interests. Just because they're part of you decided to be a doctor still doesn't mean that they still might not have that artistic ability within them. Maybe they're a doctor and they paint on the side because that's their hobby and it's still something they really enjoy deep down. And then the aspect of you that's an artist still enjoys the aspect of healing others, but you're doing it in a very different way. So we're always in the process of making decisions that alter our timelines. So we can also attract particular timelines to ourselves through intention and just a deeper spiritual understanding of how the law of attraction in the universe works. So, there's many ways to access different parts of your soul. And, the biggest thing is to understand the totality of what you are. You are not a limited being. You are boundless and endless energy source. You exist as a human. You exist in energy form. You exist in different dimensions. You exist as planets. You exist as trees. You exist as animals. You exist as, I don't know, maybe a digital existence. I mean, you really don't know, because existence is so vast. There are probably ways of existing that we don't even know of at this point in time. So just be open to that. And, meditation, past life regression, hypnosis, dream work. I'm going to be doing a video on dream magic coming up that kind of also ties into exploring the dream realm in different ways. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. And this is a really fascinating subject for me because I've been in tune with different aspects of myself for quite a while, and I really didn't want to talk about it and make videos about it because at the time this was things that people were just starting to talk about, and I'm talking about years ago, and I didn't want to talk about it because people were going to think I was crazy or whatever, and look at it now, so many movies and TV shows are about the same subject, and it's because people really are tapping into understanding that there's more than what is presented here in this physical 3D realm. And one more thing about dream work that I'll just go into just a little bit briefly is sometimes in your dreams, and this has happened to me, and it's a very powerful experience. Sometimes in your dreams, you are shown an alternate timeline that may be worse than what you're experiencing now. And when you're dreaming this dream, it's so real and so vivid. And, when you wake up back into this body, it makes you grateful, for what you have sometimes. And, a spirit has shown me alternate timelines many times during my dreams. And usually it happens when I'm feeling a little bit ungrateful about something that's going on in my life, or perhaps maybe, not really understanding my blessings at the time or what have you. This happens, and sometimes your spirit guides will lead you to dream about all the alternate timelines if you have it much worse so that you can wake up and be grateful for what you have. So yeah, that happens. Alrighty, so if you enjoyed this video, and I do welcome all my new people, I appreciate you being here. If you have been watching my videos and haven't hit subscribe yet, please do. I greatly appreciate it. The more subscribers I have, the more I can tap into your energies to also bring to you channeled messages from time to time and other forms of divination. So thumbs up, subscribe, share the video. And with that, I send high frequency love to you.